Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Victor Munyake. I'm a electronic music producer based in Nairobi. I make music for films, theater. I make music for the club. So today I'll be talking about. I got a chance to work on a sound for a theater piece that was happening some weeks back, and I'd like to share with you how I handled this aspect of sharing everything. So I'm using Ableton and I'm using the session view. Up here is where you click the arrangement, and there's nothing on there except just sketching. We have the session view is where everything is happening. So the piece I was working on was working with friends from Czech Republic. It's a piece called Vivat Messi, and we're using was it come to Kenya, and there was I was working on the Kenyan version of it. So I had to use every they had to use everything from Kenya. So I had to use a lot of my music. Actually, most of it is my music. Pieces that I never released or pieces that I didn't know what. Um, that's when I realized that actually music works really well for theater and storytelling and films. So yeah. So let me run you through the front view, show you what's really happening. So Ableton works like this. You have clips where they can be audio clips or MIDI clips. MIDI meaning you can play instrument. So these were already songs that I'd made, or at least loops that were existing somewhere in ether or somewhere in my hard disk. So what I did was we selected based on the scenes that were happening in film. So in the performance, the performance was like a body movement piece that was a which mixed was mixed with a lot of storytelling. So it was a hybrid between a play and a body movement piece with a lot of dribbling. So it was a very forward thinking concept. So it had scenes, and the scenes determined the type of music that we were supposed to select for that. So a friend of mine, we were going to the pieces of music that I gave him and selecting what works for this scene, what works for this scene. So the first one is a draft I had. So the names you'll hear for these are all arbitrary. I don't know what to do with these songs. I might as well just use them for this. So the first song was uh, this draft I call New Mellows. So the scene begins with action basically, which is the main character is introducing himself and how he came this realization that he's in love with soccer. I don't know where you're from. So what we have is we have two stems of the same song. So you have the drums, everything rhythmic, and then you have ambient stuff, and it sounds like this. So what happens is as depending on what the person is saying on stage, I can turn up the drums or turn them completely off and be left with the ambient stuff, and vice versa. You have a scene where he gets to start juggling and dribbling. Have can turn that Yeah, so we have scenes like that, and that's basically the whole show. Well, pretty much of it. Larger part of it. That's just it. It's turning things on and off and knowing where to trigger stuff. But I'm also reacting to what is happening on stage. We've had the show go on in three different locations, and they've all been different. Like the time a scene takes all been different. We performed for some kids at the biggest slum I think in Africa. Yeah, it's called Kibra, and we were there and we performed for some kids, and the kids are very engaged. So scenes take longer. We performed it at a school and a high school. That was much more straightforward. The scenes that were engaging for them were different compared to the scenes that were engaging. So we have different scenes taking longer based on who you're performing. and also based on the improvisation that's going on stage, because there's a lot of improvisation for the actor. So we have that, and I think my best scene happens in a place where, as this kid is becoming very well, um, at least this kid is becoming obsessed with football. He comes across bullies, block his path toward as he's going to school, and that's like a really rough moment. So what we have is we have him getting beaten up, and for him getting beaten up, we actually have samples of punches. But so I play this live. It's a real choreography, honestly. The persons whose lead I'm following is the actor on stage, and no actors are different. And for him, he likes being very improvisational. So this he doesn't like scripting, so he has to telegraph. I like the how the punches. The final punch is sub just decays for some time, and that's like the climax of getting beaten up. I like that. This is like one of my best scenes. So as this happens, there's no music. So going on, receives a text message. So I have to get that. Gets a message from someone who believes in him, telling him he doesn't. And that message is heard once more, like the last part of the performance where he becomes egotistical and breaks his ankle. So now he has to come down a bit, and because he gives up hope when he breaks his ankle, and so he has to be reminded once more that hey, someone is believing in you, so you don't need to give up at this moment. It doesn't matter, and he learns a lesson from that. We have piece that I did as we were rehearsing. I just created this piece for like a sadness bit, which I really like. Yeah, so I drew that in with my. So how this works, besides what I've explained, is there are scenes where I just trigger from scene selection, and I have everything done. I have this map to my now it's my I have this map to my Akai, the one with the so it's playing, but there's nothing you can hear. So when scene is stand, that's drums and then it all because it's a loop. So that's the best thing about. So I trigger scenes from the scene selection side. As you can see, the scenes with gaps. What happens there is this is an empty audio audio white. That's an empty clip, meaning I want to stop whatever this row is playing before. So I have this scene where that's playing. When I select the message and I want it to play, I want the message, the notification to ring by itself. I don't want this to have to, because otherwise, if I don't create that empty clip below it, it doesn't trigger that empty clip. Stop the previous piece of music playing. So that's basically it. When we have uh more than what's it, have things that are certainly together, it's effects which is at a scene where he was practicing and then he messes up. So I want the lamp crash to stop what's playing. We have some side. When I want to mix between sound effects and music, that's when I'll have where I want to play well as this is good. What I do is, because this is the same thing, I don't trigger this. This just reminds me.
Hi champion, I hope you are okay.
So I just play that at the same time. Yeah. The things, this I'll just click with my stuff. So yeah, that's basically how Vivat Messi Kenyan edition works. Well, the sound side of it. I was really fortunate to be working with uh, the guys from Czech Republic, original Vivat Messi, and also working with the Kenyan team as well. I'm really excited about playing music theater because it's something new to me. But theater is not necessarily new to me, but playing music for theater is new to me. So that's a good experience as well. So yeah, let me know if you want me to go over like how to live sets. The live sets also work the same way. There's a video of Adgi on YouTube you can check out. Yeah, that is a whole live set performance, electronic music, but without the theatrical performance. It's just me jamming, so I can explain how performance is. Why it's the same idea, Ableton work. And if I wanted to, if I was playing all of this, I could just hit record and record the whole set. It's a very well choreographed piece. Honestly, I don't think it worked really good at what she does. It's be messy the theatrical performance as part of.